Okay, the date is Sunday, August 30th. Just thought I'd give a little tour. I've got my first 5 canvases filled and basically done, so I thought I'd give a little tour. So the first one, just to give you a sense of scale, it's pretty tiny. I call this one Cry Me a River. Now, its sides are less defined than some of my other works. Its sides are more feel than image. Whereas the next one, which is named Duke, its sides have like powerful landscapes. So I'll see if I can capture it on video here. So Duke was my dog growing up. I didn't realize that's what I was painting until I was almost done it. And then all of a sudden I'm like, holy crap, that's Duke. And it's a bit abstract. It's not a realist, but it's definitely got a spirit. And yeah, his presence, so to speak. Okay, the next biggest one is, I call it Rebirth. And its sides have some nice detail too. I'll try and get a bit of that. Just a peek of the bottom. And I don't think I'm going to be able to get the top at all. See if I can find the lighting where this becomes visible. So this is the main character down here, and don't know what it represents, but I love the look on its face. I love the posture of its arms. I love the fact that there's this crow sort of like flying above his head that I didn't realize was there. It just was actually pointed out to me by someone else. This character, to me, represents like the devil, but he's pointing up and showing this way to a set of stairs. And I feel like, the devil has to let his captives go. And he's like, well, there's the stairs if you want to go. And it's just a question of who's going to believe that, they don't have to be trapped there anymore. This I see definitely as a crown of thorns and the gray like hair. So, and definitely as I was painting this, like the red was like the covering of the blood over everything. So like very spiritual. Couple sketches, I'm not going to zoom in on those. Now this is the first oil on canvas I ever did. I call it Seeds of Love. Yeah, I love this painting so much. I'll start up here. Definitely feel like pirate feel into this character. Here's the sword. There's for sure a First Nations presence here. I've heard some people say, hey, that's you. I've heard other people say that's Jesus. Yeah, I don't know. I love some of the cartoons that have appeared in his clothing. I love this character. His body language and briefcase and walking away from the action, walking away from life. Love it. this tree person, I feel represents me, like, especially when I'm worshiping out in the forest. That's just there. I really appreciate the sort of First Nations look to this corner in the teepee. There's just a great deal of love and respect, and yeah, I feel like there's a give and receive with the First Nations community in my heart. This confuses people. I see it as a seed bag where the sower is grabbing his seeds from. The name of the painting is Seeds of Love. It's got a Canadian maple leaf on it. Canadiana feel. So this landscape, I love this nude, and on the bottom of this painting it actually shows more of, like, you can see her pubic hair and stuff, but there's an innocence and purity to this character, and her nakedness is just vulnerability, and the word love is written on her windowsill as she's looking out over the landscape. Okay, here are the seeds that are being sown. There's a bit of a, like, farmer's field that's receiving them. Lots of hearts hidden in this piece. Other things hidden too. This is definitely one that's worth taking a close look at. From upside down, that is a surfer who has come down this massive wave this direction. You can see the black trail. That's the surfer's path. And right at sort of the bottom of the wave where catch a turn, the surfer has kicked his board backwards, so he's riding on the front of the board with his whole keel exposed out of the wave and just like woohoo, giving it. Got some landscapes going on up here. And zoom out a little bit just to get an appreciation for the entirety of the piece. And then the big one. Gonna move back a bit. Okay, I named this piece It. I call it It because when I first started, had the gesso on and was just putting the first color of paint, I took a picture, texted it to my older brother Calvin, who's like Calvin's definitely in my corner all the time, and just said it begins. And a little while later I texted him an updated picture and said it continues. So I figured, I guess the painting is named It. I'm going to start with the shark. So this is a bit of an underwater part. There's a shark swimming behind some reefs, and right by the shark is this fish dude who's sitting down and playing like a flying V electric guitar and has his left arm raised up over his head. Still strumming, but the guitar is glowing and sending up like vibes, and yeah, I'll shut up. Over here are a couple characters that are very hidden, and they're walking towards this thing, which is actually, I believe it's the wardrobe from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and I believe that is the lamppost. Don't know what it's doing here, but yeah, Narnia has sort of crept into my painting here. Oh, I love this character here. I feel like this is like a mother bee who's flying around. Yeah, this part here is my favorite part of the painting. I'm gonna not tell you my interpretation because I'll let you have your own. I love these two characters though. I feel like this one's showing off her engagement ring. Got her hand out. It's like, hey, look at my ring. And they're on this like crazy cool balcony. Okay, so there's the fish creature, the pond, waterfall, and then the frozen lake. Bench for putting on your skates. Of course, there's a hockey net. It's ice. There's some marks on the ice from people skating around. Someone has either taken a rest or has just wiped out. Yeah, I don't know what that is that's emerging there. Now, this, I get the feeling this character here, I love the look on his face. I love his humility, his body language, his wings. Definitely a waterfall energy going on down here at the bottom. Yeah, I don't know who this character is or what they represent. This, I get a real sense of a cocoon, where right here is whatever's incubating inside the cocoon and being watched over by the mother and bee. Yeah. This one, the more I look at it, the more it draws me in. I love the flow of color and progression of color in this work. It's been a real delight. Anyway, that's all for now.